All right, guys, this is day number 3 on Lake of the Woods chasing muskies, and this is my last day out here. And as you can see, nice sunny day. I have special guests with us in the boat today. Jace Logie. Jace, what's your favorite summer muskie bait?
Summer, like right now?
Yeah, right now.
Bucktail or topwater.
Okay, bucktail or topwater. Color?
Can't go wrong with gold or black.
There we go. What about you, Doug? What's your favorite?
Oh, I'm definitely biased to the bucktail, for sure.
Okay, right on. Well, that's basically all I've been throwing is the bucktail, so I guess I'm sort of
You're doing things right. We got you in the right spot, throwing the right bait.
Yeah, Doug's been guiding us good, so, and we're gonna see if we can put a couple in the boat for you, so stay tuned. So right now, I'm actually running the Lee's Boilermaker. It's kind of a unique bait. It's got the blade. It sort of fishes like a bucktail, but this part right here helps it float a little bit. And Jace right here next to me has been throwing a lot of topwater, but he just switched over. What are you using now, Jace?
What's the next? Heavy Junior.
Heavy Junior, let's see it.
I've thrown them before.
Cool, right on, right on. And so that's kind of what he's been chunking the last hour or so. And Doug has been throwing a lot of rubber, actually. What's your theory behind that?
So being like in the back of the boat, right? Like you got to fish a different part of the water column or something different from what's really standard. So here I've got a swimming dog from Musky Innovations. Really nice color, something that a lot of these fish don't necessarily see. People are scared to get hung up on the rocks, and it's a really natural profile when it's kind of flat and sunny like this, and it's a great bait to throw in the 3-hole.
Right, and I am fortunate enough to be fishing up in the 1-hole, which I don't know how I lucked into that. It's sort of
yeah, you're Nick Lindner.
it's sort of a bum deal when Doug has to control the boat down there and fish in the 3-hole, but it's my job. It's his job, the guide's job.
Yeah, this bait's really aerodynamic.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, baby.
Whoa!
She's off.
Wow.
That's a
Good job.
long enough. Whew. Cool. So this swim bait is actually maybe something I shouldn't be showing the world, but it's a prototype lure from a very notable rubber company. Very cool bait. These are the coolest parts when they get these gashes in them. Been putting a lot of time in with it, probably about 12 hours after day. I finally caught a fish on it, but it's been
Easy, buddy.
it's actually been like our best follow producer today. And I've been throwing it behind Jace and Nick. I talked a little bit this morning about how it was such a great like 3-hole bait, something that's very different. Not a lot of fish see it. Not very aggressive, really subtle, and it worked, which is good. We needed a fish.
Right on. We needed it bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Active.
Oh yeah. Nice fish. Cool. We're just saying like how perfect it feels out right now. We got rain coming in. It's actually sprinkling a little bit right now, and it is 5:30. So we got to try and get one more bite tonight for Nick. But cool fish on a cool bait in the 3-hole. Something a little bit different. Can catch you some muskies. Thunder rolling in the background. Cool. That was needed, for sure.
My boy Doug.
Thank you, Jace.
2 hours later.
Jace, are you sleeping on the major?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not. We're not sleeping through the major.
Until you catch big fish.
Yesterday, Jace was walleye fishing during the major.
We kind of ate poutine after the major.
After the major.
After the major.
We wouldn't have done it during the major.
No. It didn't really matter though.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Yesterday was slow, but Yep.
Weather trumps moon, weather trumps major, weather trumps everything.
Exactly. And sometimes it's hard to beat a good nap.
Moon was really good last night.
All right, buddy.
All right, so we just got done filming a handful of tips for angling buzz, and we're putting away baits. I thought that this was way too cool not to talk about. Now, there's a bunch of baits over here. There's two sides, and you can walk on top of it. What do we got going on over here, Doug?
Kind of a mess right now. I've been up here for 3 weeks, and I have baits at the cabin. I got baits in my boxes. I switch stuff out, and there's baits laying all over. Yeah, no, we've got all kinds of stuff. This is kind of my Canada arsenal. I still got stuff at home, but I got like single-bladed bucktails back here, and I've got swim baits, and I've got top water, and I've got like crankbaits, small crankbaits. I got a couple glide baits. I really don't like glide baits, but you kind of got to bring them in case of a cold front like we're kind of dealing with. Invaders are really good. Bigger crankbaits, deeper diving crankbaits, a couple more swim baits, beavers, like pull pause baits, more rubber tubes. Tubes are really cool. And the other side is basically the musky catchers. Oh, there's flaptail. Flaptails are really cool. The other side here is really, this one's a little bit heftier. These are like standard bucktails. These are like all double bladed stuff. There's tinsel, there's some marabou, there's some squirrel hair, deer hair. And then I've got like specific stagger baits back here, or triple bladed stuff. These are like Revos back here. It's like, these are more my standard bucktails, and these are like special application stuff. A lot of baits, gotta have a lot of baits. Kind of an obsession is musky baits. Like, they're so fun to collect and catch them all in all kinds of different baits.
Right. Well, so this whole thing is just cool. The concept of this, you can walk on it. Like, how many baits do you think you got in here?
I think last year I counted, I was carrying like 220 baits.
That's a lot of boxes as an alternative.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of money.
Enough messing with cameras. Back to fishing.
Are going on a run. Wow.
Dude. Oh no! Wow.
Like, we're in 54 feet of water. That was not
You're
wrong.
gonna swim and dog up the edge. He's about 34 inches, but
It's bigger than that.
you think so?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get back in there. That was fun. Dougie.
That would have been like crazy.
That would have been so cool.
That would have been so good. So there's a little tip for you.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, Jace was figuring the fish, and like I just stayed out of his way. And I'm back here just, you know, pumping the bait 4 feet under the water. There was weight. She hit it. It wasn't bottom. Like, it obviously wasn't bottom. I don't
Unreal.
put that much line up.
Let's get going. Fishing going.
Yep, it's a good time. So the action is heating up, and I am switching to the offset blade, green and black. We had a few follows and one actual topwater strike that didn't want to bite the hook for some reason. So things are heating up. We may have a good night in store. Maybe.
346 minutes later.
No, I'm just talking about once I told you if I thought I saw one. You were everywhere.
Oh, that's a fish.
That is a fish.
That is a fish. Oh. Oh.
Keep on, keep on. Good, buddy. Woo! If you need to use the boat, yell at me.
Here, it's coming right in if you're ready. Here, he's coming up.
Oh, baby.
Pull. Pull.
Got her. Woo! Nick.
Yes!
Yes, buddy.
Nice work.
Oh.
Hey,
Yes!
Look at it inside imaging. Fighting.
That's so sweet.
Wow.
Boom. That's
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a 4-footer.
Oh. Wow. Woo. Oh, look at that head. Holy cow. Take a look at this, Jace.
Oh, yeah.
Thick, thick fish.
It's a lighter one. So this is one of those open water fish that slide in here. She's so thick.
She is.
So strong.
Oh.
So strong.
Just so.
Oh my word.
Alright, here, let's try this.
Okay. Are you gonna bump it for me?
Okay, yeah, she is really
Cow.
Yeah, she's not happy.
Oh.
There we go. Doug's right on 46.5.
That's kind of what I thought.
Doug's always right on.
Roller?
Whoa!
Yep.
Oh,
Check that out.
unbelievable. After a little bit of like a 3-day grind.
It's been a really tough, so we're on the full moon, but it's been really tough. Can't lie.
Yeah, that's unbelievable to be able to catch this fish right at the very end at the buzzer beater.
For sure, right?
Oh, so fat.
Well, I'm glad you stuck it out. You fished really hard, and musky fishing 15 hours a day for 3 days straight is not easy. It's not.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
It's so worth it right now. So
All right,
she's gonna catch.
Yep.
Put it right back in the net.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take some photos with this fish and then release it. But I figured this would be a good time to close this thing out. What an incredible trip! I want to thank Doug
It was fun, man.
for
Glad you
taking me
could make
out, and Jace behind the camera for hopping along in here and fishing with us on this final day. It was an absolute blast, and definitely if you're into musky fishing, make sure to check out Doug's channel, Doug Wagner Fishing.
Yep.
And he posts a bunch of musky stuff all. Welp, as you can see, we had some technical difficulties there at the end with the audio and whatnot, but I had an absolute blast out on Lake of the Woods with my buddy Doug. Don't forget to check out his channel. He posts a bunch of musky stuff. He's a big musky head. He's a guide out on Green Bay, but he fishes all over. And I have some more musky videos coming up here. I think in the fall probably. I love musky fishing in the fall. It's easily my favorite time of year to fish for them. So I think I'm definitely gonna do a few videos this year. So don't forget to hit that little red subscribe button down below the video to make sure you guys don't miss them. So until next time, I wanna thank you for watching.